Welcome back to Critical Mass, everyone. This is another car review, our first ever car review on a rainy day. And since it is a car review, you know what that means.
Johnny doesn't know that Paul and me make reviews in his van when he's gone away. He thinks that we're locked out of the studio, but still we're making reviews. Johnny doesn't know. Johnny doesn't know. So don't tell Donnie. Donnie doesn't know. Donnie doesn't know.
So this week when I was looking for a movie to review, I came across Judy. Now Judy is a romance musical featuring the likeness of Judy Garland, and I'm in my mid-40s. I don't know who Judy Garland is. I know she's a revered actress in Hollywood's history. I think maybe she was in Wizard of Oz, maybe The Sound of Music, both epic films, but I know nothing about her. So when I said, Paul, should you go see this romantic musical about an actress you don't know? Something inside of me said, no, don't do that. You're a guy. Granted, there are going to be a lot of guys who want to go see this, and that's fine. But just due to circumstance, I was born an alpha male. And so I need something grittier. Like, I'll leave Judy for Mark and Dawn to review. That seems more up their alley. But I need something with a little more and that's why I chose the new Dreamworks children's animation movie called Abominable. Now, why is that more manly? Well, it has a monster in it. So, what is Abominable about? Well, it's set in China. There's a little Chinese girl named Yi, and her father passed away, and she is not dealing with it very well. She's pulling away from her family, trying to keep herself distracted, losing her relationships. But then she comes across Everest, which is the Yeti that just recently escaped from a research firm. She determines that Everest wants to get back to his home, which is Mount Everest, and so she's going to take him there. So this is a road trip movie. You're going to start in location A and go through B, C, D, E and get to destination F or M or whatever. So little hijinks happen along the way, which through this movie is mostly about narrowly escaping the research firm which is trying to chase them. Now, when I think of a Dreamworks movie, I think of some pretty epic movies. Now, most people would say, well, Disney Pixar has the best animation movies out there. And true enough, my favorite animation movie is probably Wall-E. But have you ever considered the epicness of the Dreamworks animation library? They have Madagascar, Shrek, How to Train Your Dragon, they have Kung Fu Panda. They have a lot of good movies out there. So how does this one fit into that library? Well, those other movies I mentioned, those were enjoyable for older audiences as well as children, because they did jokes that flew over the heads of children and the adults in the audience could enjoy them. This movie doesn't do that. This movie is really targeted toward the children. So they're going to love the mascot of the movie, the Yeti. He's very simply made, he's cute, he's cuddly, he's fun. You really, throughout the movie, you don't really understand whether he could comprehend what the children are saying. It's kind of like that Stewie and Family Guy vibe, where he's a baby and you don't know if he understands the adults, but he kind of just goes with the flow and it all works out. Well, this is kind of like that. The Yeti has this kind of like innocent way of understanding the gist of the moment, and it all becomes really endearing. Yi, let's make no mistake about this. This movie is not about the abominable snowman. This movie is about Yi. So Yi is going on a journey from A to B. A being, I'm really sad, I'm lost without my father. Going through this journey, getting the Yeti home, and finally coming to understand that all the spots on her journey were just as valuable as the destination of the journey, which means they were epic moments in her life that she has to live. And the destination was Yi finally returning home and accepting that she has a family there ready to love her, and she could go on with life remembering her father, but without her father and with the loved ones she still has. So lots of heavy-hitting themes that the children won't care about. Only the adults in the audience will really care about this. And so I'm sitting there and I have this lump in my throat and my eyes are watering and I'm trying to suck the tears back into my head because I'm an alpha male. And at the end of the movie, I said, you know, at the end of the day, I think people are going to forget about this movie. It's not one of those memorable, iconic studio movies that will live and get sequel. Well, they might make a sequel, I don't know. But it's not going to be like a Shrek franchise kind of thing. Fairly generic movie, and it'll fade in a couple of months. Nobody will remember this movie. But while you're watching this movie, you're going to enjoy it. The kids will enjoy it. The adults will enjoy it. It's just a good movie to sit there and at the end walk out with a smile on your face. The title of the movie, Abominable, that's interesting because while the movie is not about the Yeti, the abominable snowman, the movie is about Yi and her journey to acceptance of her father's passing. And the descriptor, abominable, doesn't even apply to the Yeti. The Yeti is the most magical, friendly creature out there. The abominable is actually a descriptor towards the humans that are trying to capture the Yeti. So I find that a very ironic title. Once again, the children won't care. They won't pick up on this, but the adults can think about this and say, wow, yeah, okay, there's a lot of depth to this movie. I really don't mind sitting here with my kid watching this because I'm having a good time too. I'm even getting choked up a lot. The movie is beautifully drawn, digitally animated, very, very stylized. The children, it's not meant to be a realistic animation. It's very stylized, but it's very, very beautiful. And the way that they do China's scenery is top notch. So if you're planning to bring your kids or your grandkids to see this, I'd say great, you're going to have a good time. When this comes out on Netflix, should you put this on for the family? Absolutely. And sit there and watch it with them because you're going to have a good time watching this too. So that's my review of Abominable. I would give it a middle of the pack for Dreamworks' pantheon of movies. But I'd say a good 7.5 for the quality of movie just to go out and see it today. All right, thanks a lot. This is Paul for Critical Mass, and we'll see you next time.
Johnny doesn't know that Paul and me make reviews in his van when he's gone away. He thinks that we're locked out of the studio, but still we're making reviews. Johnny doesn't know. Donnie doesn't know. So don't tell Donnie. Donnie doesn't know. Donnie doesn't know.
We're coming up to October, so we're going to have a video about our new guesses for opening weekend box office movies for October. So while we still don't have the final week of the September ones, we'll set the video up for the October movies, let everybody get their guesses in, and then we'll wrap up September after that. All right, thanks a lot. See you next time.